YouTube, what is going on, you guys? Today we are talking about how we manage to not kill each other or, go insane, being in the truck 24/7 with each other on the road. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. Let's get right into the video. All right, y'all. So when we first got in the truck, it was like, okay, let's take it back to like, let's not do Hot Shot because Hot Shot wasn't really like anything. We weren't out here for a prolonged amount of time. We was only out for like a week or two and then go home.
Yeah.
Let's talk about when we went to Milton and we really
was in the truck together for a long period of time.
What do you think about that? How did it go at first?
I feel like at first it was rough. I'm just being completely honest. You can agree or not agree, but I thought it was rough. I feel like we've always been with each other, but for some reason we was in the truck, like in a secluded place, and like you can't just go up and leave to the next room. You can't just, it's just different. And so we learned a lot about each other. We had issues and we had to kind of resolve that, like past issues,
Yeah, I feel like, okay, so if we really want to break it down, like 3 to 6 months in, we would just argue about little stuff, like just like dumb stuff. Like it was like stuff that was irrelevant, a lot of things, like dirty things that come up, you know what I'm saying? Like things that you need to really get out at the beginning of your marriage. Like this is like right after we got married too, y'all. So like what was it? We got married in 2020.
I think it's 2021, right?
Yeah, I started doing Hot Shot at the end of 21. So yeah. But yeah, we used to argue about little stuff, bro, all the time. And then we sat down one day and we was like, we want to make this moment out here on the truck or these times out here on the truck like enjoyable. We don't want to be arguing all the time, you feel me? So it was like, okay, let's talk about it. And this is where I salute both of us. We literally sat down and said, okay, let's talk about the things that we're arguing about. Let's come to an understanding. Let me understand you and you have to understand me, and then we'll go from there. So we sat down, we talked about it, and we understood the bigger purpose. The purpose of us being out here is to, of course, make money for our future.
Mm-hmm.
So we can, get the things we want in life and things like that. And for two, build a family up and things like that. And we ain't gonna...
And better our relationship.
But we didn't know that... I didn't know that we was better in our relationship. I think the truck really...
brought us closer.
But we'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so those were the goals. And so we literally had to sit down and say, okay, we don't want this to be a miserable time. We chose to be in... Or, I put it out there and then you... followed the suit and you accepted that we'll go out on a truck together and stuff like that. But I put it out there and was like, okay, we both made a decision of some sort, so let's accept that decision and then let's make the best of these moments, you know what I'm saying? So we started talking, like we'll have long talks, right?
And like it wouldn't just be like a one-time talk about it and then leave it as is. Like we constantly talk about the same subject, just because I don't know it's because of him or because of me, because I like to cling on to stuff. But yeah,
that's you.
Yeah,
I'm more of a person like, okay,
leave it be.
Yeah, all right. Like we got to an understanding. Okay, that's it. But she like, okay, we got to an understanding, but
I'm gonna ask more questions.
Yeah. Which is fine because you need to clean it up and make sure everything good and dandy. Because I never wanted us to get to the point where I hear a lot of truck drivers that like, oh yeah, I got divorced and things like that. And I'm like, what happened? I always ask them what happened, and a lot of them say she just couldn't handle it. And you don't want to be like that, bro. You want to consider your partner's feelings, especially out here on this road, because it can get rough, bro. You in truck stops. You know what I'm saying? You stopping late, waking up late. You got to make sure you accommodate her. You know what I'm saying? This is, most of the time, if you're a truck driver, is your dream, and then she's just following the suit. And any woman that do that, you got to commend them, because they could be doing whatever they want with their life, but they choose to follow you. So
but I feel like I salute those people who are truck drivers and their significant others at home because they have a family, like kids and stuff like that. We don't have kids, so, and if that was the case, I probably would have stayed home and take care of the kids, but that's not the case for us. We're young. He's 25, I'm 23, so therefore I can be out on the road with him all the time, but I just want to salute those who can't be with their wife.
Yeah, guys who are there with their wife and and their wives are at home and like they don't work and stuff, like definitely got to give them their props. But I I don't. If we when we have kids, I don't want to be out here as much. You guys, you know what I'm saying, regional, local, whatever I gotta do, because I do not. When we have children, I do not want to do that because I want to be able to be at home to help her out and do things with her and go to doctor's appointments and all that good stuff, and see the kids really grow up and stuff like that. But anyways, anywho, how we got to the point where we are now took a lot of communicating, a lot of
Praying.
understanding and praying. Yes, for sure, for sure.
Impatience, I would say.
And also, yeah, I feel like I feel like everybody can manage out here. Well, I can't say that because everybody's personality is different. But if you love somebody, you'll work things out. You know what I'm saying, for the higher purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do agree with that, but I do feel like people personality are different. Me and Kenny, we literally don't mind being with each other even though we have our disagreements. I feel like we fairly get over it pretty quickly to the point where it's not like he's holding off for a whole day and I'm holding off for a whole day. And another thing that I have worked on personally is with my patience and I guess would you say like my attitude towards certain things. I used to get irritated like really, really quick. But now
But
I feel like I grew a lot of patience.
yeah, I feel like that's normal though, cause I used to get irritated a lot. As you get older, y'all, I'm telling you, and bruh, anybody who thinking, bruh, should I bring my girl on the road with me, or should I let my husband go on the road with me, or my man go on the road with me? I think you should, bro, because as you get older, especially if you're young, as you get older, and you're not like we're young, so we're not stuck in our ways. You get what I'm saying? So as you get older, you start to be
I'm not
like
gonna deal with
it's
that.
not worth arguing. Like we're such a beautiful couple. It's like it's not little things ain't worth arguing about. So I feel like that's how we maintain like not killing each other out here because it's like we might have a disagreement. It's like okay, let's talk about it. Let me hear your side of it. Oh, okay, let me hear your side of it. Oh, okay, let's try to come to a common ground in
Yeah,
the
that's
middle.
what it was, a common ground.
Yeah,
Because we don't always think alike in a way. Like, we have our differences, and so sometimes we just have to find a common ground within those differences.
exactly. But now, y'all, where we are in our life right now, we've been doing it for 3 going on 4 years now. Like it's to the point where it's not even like even if you include Hot Shot, it's 4 years already. But it done got to the point where it's just like, bruh, like we don't even argue. Like we just be driving. She might have an opinion on something, I might have an opinion on something, but we just keep it pushing. And like I said, if we've been doing it for 4 years now, and sometimes we stay out at 2 months at a time and stuff like that, I think we're pretty rock solid now. What do you think?
I think so too. And it's crazy because we've, like, I don't, like, before we even started trucking in general, me and Kenny were always together. But for some reason, when we first got in the truck, it brought out something that was just like we needed to work on. And it was just wild to me because I thought I really knew him. He really thought he knew
Yeah.
me. So it was just different.
But yeah, over time, bro, y'all gonna be good, bro. If you bring your spouse and you like y'all bickering back and forth, try to talk and understand each other. So like that's really how we stay sane, bro. And praying together and doing we pretty much we do everything together, bro. And a lot of people see that as a bad thing, but to each his own. If you don't like, I'm gonna tell y'all something. If you don't like doing everything with your spouse, then that's your business. That's your opinion. Don't try to rub that off on anybody else. Don't be y'all. A lot of y'all been in comments like, "Oh, you need to let her do her own thing." Alicia does her own thing. Alicia can do whatever she wants. She can if she want to say, "Oh, I'm gonna stay home." Stay home. That's fine. Alicia is a free will person. She get to do whatever she wants. And y'all should be saying that about me. You need to let Kenny go. Y'all, they don't ever come. They don't ever be on my side. They always on your side.
Guys, I'd be
Like,
bored at home for real. Like, I couldn't just stay home. And he likes to go out for like a long period of time. But and then like if you stay home, like you're just bound to spend more money. And I just couldn't do that. Like, no. That feels very uncomfortable.
we be chilling, y'all. So people who are in the comments talking about that, bro, it ain't like what you think it is. Like y'all really on the outside looking in. It's really not like that. But yeah. Anyways, back on topic. We stay sane by just praying together, continuing to grow, continue to understand that we're gonna have differences and that we're two different people trying to make one thing work. But anyways, y'all, we don't want to make this video too long. This was just a little sit down rant for all the people who are wondering how do they stay sane out here on the road together, because I know a lot of people can't do it, and I guess that just makes us like special, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But you want to close it out, or you want me to close it? You can close it out. Close it out.
How?
Just regular, like how I always do it. Shazam! I'm just playing.
Shazam.
Close it out, baby.
I don't know what to say.
All right, y'all. So
I think too much.
yeah, you be thinking too much, bro. But y'all, we love y'all. Trust me, like we really appreciate everybody who's watching these videos. Y'all don't have to, bro. So we appreciate y'all for following our journey and being a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see y'all in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.